It seems to be okay for the moment, so it's going to be the second session of the week, so we'll see.
And Sean has also been making some progression on the officer side. Just where's his status and his timeline? I know it didn't sound like he was as close as Diego last week.
Yeah, same situation. We need to see a bit the week how everything's going to be for them. Yesterday was a different session. Today is going to be another session. So we'll see.
And Rudy, I know he didn't feel comfortable last week. I know you're celebrating that he's getting close, you mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
Just what's his mentality and how is he looking this week?
It feels good. The idea is to, if we can, to give him a few minutes with Kroto.
And now, moving from injuries, you said after the game on Saturday that you were going to go back, analyze, and get back on Monday what you need to improve. What were just your takeaways from that Chicago game specifically that you wanted to change?
Nothing to change. I'm comfortable with the decision, regarding the context. After that, this is all the time easy to say, yeah, I could have done this. But no, Chicago was simple, better than us, simple as that. We did try certain things, but we didn't have the possibility to do it because of the quality of Chicago on this game. So yeah.
You've talked about in the past how if you had 50 points last season before, if you had 13 wins, you'd be a lot higher in the standings. This season, obviously, different in the Eastern Conference. It's very high, a lot of wins, very competitive. What do you think you guys need to do to just get to that next level of getting, not to the next level of being competitive with them, but just to be back at their level and just...
So you're talking about who? The new guys or?
No, sorry, that was bad wording.
No, take your time, no problem.
No, that was my bad. What do you guys have to do with this Eastern Conference that's so much more competitive than it has been in the past few years? What kind of has not changed, but has to be...
No, nothing. We'll see next year if it's going to be the same. So I don't know in terms of, this is this year, this is the context. So now you watch all the game and you know that we could have done better things during the year. But again, like I told my players, we are qualified for the playoff. So now we'll see which kind of playoff because of the way we started the season. And this, I have to think about it because we talk about, yes, this player and this and this and this. But we are qualified because we had the best start of the season of the club history. So they cannot forget that. And after that, yes, the season is long. Yes, we lost many points, as you know. But again, this is the situation, and we put ourselves in this situation. This is not because of the opposition. And so, again, we faced adversity. We faced better team for sure, but I don't think that we were... It's difficult for me to tell you that I don't know, we played how many games?
It's now like 31.
31 games that I don't have with my first hand. I don't count 5 bad games that we had, to be honest with you. So we had good games, could have been really good because the score was not what we wanted to have, But again, don't forget that we are here because of the first part of the season.
Is this the most kind of lopsided that you've ever seen in the Eastern Conference and the Western Conference?
Yeah, first time that also, if I'm not mistaken, I think that you saw the stat after Toronto. I think that you are pretty good with that. To reach 15 points, this is not easy. And especially in our club. And I think that, again, this is not to talk about myself. This is to talk about the team, that we always reach 50 points. So, and more. And this year, this is, at this stage, this is only 50 points. But it should have been good. But again, context. This is not enough in terms of results to be higher in the stands, and this is why we are fighting. We're gonna fight for the next 2 games to be able to move up.
What is the mentality that, and obviously you're not in the locker room talking.
Really good. No problem with that. They have a really good group in terms of the way they work, in terms of accountability. They know when this is good, when this is not good. They know what they need to do better. So the mentality is always to try to grow and to be better, but really good spirit.
And obviously when you went with Evan Bush and goalkeeper against Chicago, is this something, the next two games, it could possibly be any three of those, of Patrick, Nico, Bush, or is it going to be Patrick again on Saturday?
We'll see.
Thank you.
To dovetail on the point you made about the success the team had in the early going, you spent the majority of the summer in fourth place in the East.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why. Again, this is. I took the time to watch the standing this time because it was we reached the playoff, so this is the time for me to reach it. Was tough for me to see that.
Why?
Because again, when I think about all the points that we lost and so on, this is a difficult season regarding the results. But this is a good season regarding, what we faced and how we dealt with that, So it's true that we were pretty consistent, And after that, the last part of the season, we struggled a bit in terms of points. Not only performance, because I think that we had a good performance, but it was not good enough to win games, and that's why we're struggling a bit.
Do the ties eat at you a little bit?
Yeah, when we saw how many ties that we had and how did we concede those ties, but again, this is the reality, and this is something that we had to do better. And we didn't do. Sometimes it was because tactically we were not good. Sometimes it was because technically. Sometimes it was about other situations. So we tried to analyze everything, and yeah, it's a good learning process for me also.
I'll allow my colleagues to disagree, but I think before you came here, the Orlando City matches really didn't amount to much. I have to say that in the nearly 3 years you've been here, the Orlando City series have become quite exciting. Between in-game heroics and braces being scored by Diego Rossi or whomever for Orlando, last minute crawls back into the match. I mean, it has been really something, including that playoff game in 2023. Would you say that there is something about an opponent that certain teams just sort of have a delightful clash with?
I don't know, because to be honest, it was the same Montreal too. So Orlando was, so we had many stories with against Orlando, So, no, listen, I cannot explain. This is Orlando. This is not an easy team to play, as you can see. Against Cincinnati, Cincinnati should have scored many goals, but at the end of the game, Orlando should have scored also many goals, and they deserve to win. So this is Orlando. They never quit. I think that this is also the face of the coach. The way he is, what he transmits to the team, and also the way he built the team. So we know that this is all the time a difficult game, different scenarios. It's been crazy. I cannot explain why and how it's like that. But we know that when we face them, especially in their place, everything can happen.
Yeah. And does that bleed over into the way you talk to your team in preparation? Guys, we have to expect anything.
Yeah, they know that. After that, I have also to balance, because, again, me with emotions. I talk a lot about this. But, again, they know what they're going to face. So it's easy for me. In terms of I don't have to spend time on this. Mm-hmm. When we face another team, that this is not so clear how they're going to do things, we have to put the focus on that. But when we play Orlando, they know that it's going to be a fight and it's going to be a game also.
It's kind of nice to know that Ramiro Enrique is no longer with the team.
To be honest, yes.
He's had a couple of
yeah, because again he has a success against us. Most of the time when he comes in, And so again, we are aware about what he can do, but we did struggle at this moment. So again, they have also good players, so it's a good team. They know also this kind of context, you know, they like that too. So again, it's going to be a good game.
Before the Chicago game, you were referencing the injuries, and you said, you know, I think I've come up with a solution. I feel like you've already talked about that after the Saturday result. But are you in a position now where, given your roster and available players, are you now going to maybe explore other solutions beyond what you experimented with on Saturday?
Yeah, it's another game. It's another context, other situations, tactically, mentally. Context is not the same. so I have to take all these kind of things in consideration. So that's why, again, you know me now, when I put a team, is because I think that this is the best team to win the game and to maximize our chance to win the game. After that, like I like to say also, I can change after 15 minutes or 20 minutes or halftime. And after that, we'll see. But no, Orlando and Chicago, this is not the same style of play. Mm-hmm. And again, this is not the same context regarding two teams. Yesterday, Chicago won, so now they are maybe more free to play again. But us, we want to be like that. But Orlando, they want to be like that too, but it could be also a battle, a really, really big battle. So that's why I have to put the context first, and after that, see individually what kind of player I can put, but also in terms of association regarding the opposition, what we want to do, how to attack, how to defend, and after that, I can have an aspiration, and after that, we go.
Thank you. Wilfried, you said one of your messages was, hey, we're in the playoffs, or we have 50 points again, and that's something you can point to as an accomplishment. What other messages have you had this week? Has there been anything else different?
Yes. I told them I'm going to be transparent with you because I like also to be like that. I told them that because after the game, I knew that we were qualified. And maybe I didn't have a smile when you told me that. But because I was not happy with the performance, I told them that I didn't want to talk. I had few words, you know, and the idea was to talk after 2 days after the game when we came back. And I told them that, guys, the idea is to reach, we wanted to reach between 13 and 15 wins. And we have 13 wins. We are still on the track, you know, to reach 15 wins. And I wanted to tell them that I come from Europe. And the fact that we reach the playoff, for me, it's normal. With a lot of humility. Why it's normal? Because I come from Europe, and the way I see it is if we are not able to reach the playoff, we are going in second division. So this is the way I think. So that's why the first...
That's frightening there.
Sorry?
That's frightening.
Yeah. So the first step is to reach the playoff. And after that, the second step is to go as high as possible. So that's why I congratulate them, knowing that we're going to fight to go up. Because for the moment, this is only one game. But the idea is to keep going. And I don't want them to be pleased because of that. Yes, because of the context, this is something that we want to do, but we know with a lot of respect that this is difficult to get the playoff, to make the playoff. LA Galaxy, I like Greg Vanney, he knows me, and I like him too, he knows that. They won, they didn't qualify. And I can give you many teams like this too. So that's why we know what we did. And I'm really proud of what we did, but this is not enough because we want to achieve more things. And this is the first steps, and we have more steps to come. So that's why the idea is good. We know that we could have done better. Now, what can we do next? And what do we want to do next? And how are we going to do? And this is the mindset of my team.